It's Carterville, Local 702, and First Mid-Bank and Trust. The Lions are also powered by Polar Whip, the Bank of Herrin, Joe's Lawn Service, Ron Ward Chevrolet, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, and John A. Logan College. These businesses also support the Carterville Lions, SIU Credit Union, Infinity Realty, Rob's Pit Barbecue, Fire Masters, Childers Orthodontics, and Banterra Bank. It's time for the Carterville Lions on NewsRadio WJPF. Here's Scott Hudson and the voice of the Carterville Lions, Dave McKenzie.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Herrin High School on a Tuesday night as we have non-conference basketball action. But even better than that, it's cross-county rival Carterville Lions taking on the Herrin Tigers. Scott Hudson.
Yeah, this will be arguably the second toughest team so far this year that Carterville's played. Of course, O'Fallon, the 4A school, which Carterville played at Edwardsville, they were a beast. But Herrin, undefeated, they've had a really good season so far. They've only had one close game. That was a 1-point win over Benton here at Herrin. This team is very deep. They're very good. And Carterville is going to have to come out and play very well tonight to pull the upset.
Great crowd, great environment. It's always fun when these two teams get together. Probably as hard-fought games as we see all season long. Whether it's in football, whether it's in basketball, it doesn't matter. I love this matchup. I love this rivalry between these two teams.
Yeah, just go back to football season, week 2. Carterville, had to come from behind to beat Herrin and win that game. I think it was 15-8 or 11, whatever the final score was. It was a very close game, and Herrin, quite honestly, did not have a very good football team this year. But when these two teams get together, sometimes you can just throw out the records, like when DuQuoin and Carterville get together. Records don't mean a lot.
This is your Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. Carterville coming off a very successful weekend of basketball, a conference road win at Nashville, in which they won, had to come from behind. They were down 9 at the half and came back to win 43-35. And then on Saturday, heading over to Carbondale and beating the Carbondale Terriers 59-47. Resilience, toughness, overcoming adversity. That's how you could describe Nashville. And then I think on the Carbondale game, you could say that the Lions just out-athleted the Carbondale Terriers.
Yeah, after the first quarter, I thought Carterville was definitely the better team against Carbondale. Carbondale came out hot, hit some threes. But then Carterville settled down. They played very good defense in the second half, shot the ball a little bit better in the second half. Of course, Shane Hawkins with 29, what can you say? Against Nashville, you're down 19-10 at half on the road to Nashville where their state championship team just got honored. Yeah. Those are games you don't win. But Carterville outscored Nashville 33-16 in the second half. That was the big game of the weekend for the Lions.
I completely agree. And, you talk about that Carbondale game on the other side of the ledger, like you mentioned, Caden Hawkins with his 29, but DeCarl Payne from Carbondale, 28 points from him. He was outstanding.
Yeah, he was. And the thing with Carterville, though, they got points from Berkey, from Lustenberger. That helped offset what Payne did by himself. And, in a game like this tonight, we're going to see, that, in my opinion, the two best guards in Southern Illinois, Caden Hawkins and Kyrese Lukens. I haven't seen anybody that's better than these two at this point in the season. I think that will be the game within the game. The other thing I think the X factor for Carterville in this game is going to be Peyton Biddle. He has not shot the ball well from the field lately, but if he can contribute from the outside like we've seen him do in the past to help Lustenberger and Hawkins and Berkey, I think that gives Carterville a chance to win this game.
And you got to remember this. Despite his shooting woes the last 3 games for Peyton Biddle, still averaging over 12 points a game.
Yeah, he's not hitting the outside shot like we've seen.
Yeah.
The consistency hasn't been there. But he got those 2 big, easy baskets at Nashville that kind of propelled Carterville onto that big victory.
It's our Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. Boy, what a nice crowd filling in here at Herrin High School. We're going to continue coming up here in just a couple of minutes when you're going to hear from the head coach of the Carterville Lions. That's Shane Hawkins. Your Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show will continue next on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union checking account.
Boys basketball team will travel to Marion on Thursday night. The Tigers and Wildcats will just need a knockout game. Look, 2 students in Herrin and Marion battling cancer. JV tip-off is set for 6 o'clock Thursday night in Marion. The boys will also play in the El Rey Holiday Tournament. The Tigers with the #1 seed. Tournament is underway the day after Christmas, December the 26th on Monday. The girls basketball team who played the
Welcome back to your Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Shane Hawkins about 30 minutes ago to talk about this matchup on the road at cross-county rival Herrin Tigers.
Coach Shane Hawkins joins us on our pregame show. Number one, I appreciate these short road trips, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, we're making up for the long ones we had, the 3 trips to Trico and Nashville and Belleville or Edwardsville, but no, it's we're gonna use our games to play good people, and we've got 2 that happen to be pretty close to each other right now, in Carbondale and Herrin, and I think we're ready. I think we're ready to play. I think we know that at the end of the week we got a couple days off. I think it's kind of like those NBA teams that are on a 10 or 12 day road trip. They've been played 5 or 6 games. That's what it kind of felt like. It's just been kind of a grind for 12 days, and I was worried going into Saturday, and we got off to a slow start Saturday, and then we were able to kind of pick it up there after the first quarter, and so hopefully we got enough in us for one more. And I would think that if you can't get excited to play a team 6 miles from you, that's pretty good. That's the 1 seed in the tournament you're going to be in. I don't know about your competitive spirit anyway.
Yeah, it's possible you could see this Herrin Tiger team twice here in the next week. Let's flash back real quick to last weekend, a successful weekend, a come from behind win. The poise that was shown by and the resiliency in the second half by this Lions team, though, just was impressive.
Yeah, and I did I don't even know what tonight is, but one of these nights we had the El Dorado tournament radio preview show, and that's one thing we talked about is just we're behind in time spent with our guys, but I wouldn't trade a thing because we got guys who can compete. And you got guys who have been successful, and I've said this before, we got guys who have been successful in different sports at different levels from the time they were in 2nd grade. And it doesn't mean they're going to win every night, but it does mean that they know how to compete. And if you beat them, you're going to earn it. So just to have that competitive spirit, and the drive that we have with some of our guys, our older guys, is that's hard to measure. It's hard to put an importance on it, but we know what we're going to get with our guys. We know we're going to get a fight, and we're going to get a compete out of them.
This Herrin team, what a start, 8-0. They're a talented team.
Yeah, they're young and they can score it. I mean, they got guys who can make shots, and they got guys come off the bench who can make shots, and they have good athletes. They're also a really good start. I mean, they're a good basketball team. I think going into the season, it was a team we thought they would be pretty good going in. I mean, they had a really good year last year, and have most of their core guys back. And anytime you can anytime you can put the ball in the hole from multiple spots in which they can, it makes you tough to defend.
And all 5 have to defend.
Yeah, we have to. We got to know where shooters
Hey,
are.
Brian,
we can't lose Williams.
bring it back to me after him.
We got to be there with. We'll do. And keep Lukens out of the paint. But then
again, no bump, straight back to you.
And he'll make a 3, but he's better at 15. He's kind of got that old school game, that you get at the park playing against older guys. And then Harrison's just a long athlete. And Billingsley's just kind of their glue guy. Just the toughness, does all those things that some of those young guys haven't figured out yet, but does those things to keep plays alive or to bail those young guys out. And it's a task. I mean, because they can get you so many different ways, and we'll have to be locked in just as much mentally as we are physically tonight, because they have so many different guys that can get you.
How important is it that you get scoring from multiple players instead of just like a couple tonight, like we saw with this Lions team early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's for us to be good and us to be consistent and to be good teams. We're going to have balance. We can't rely on one guy to go get us 18 or 20, and we need to put 3 or 4 in double figures, or 1 minute double figures, and a couple with 7, 8, 9, and we've got to have we have to have that balance. We can't just live off one guy, and we have guys who can score it in different ways, and we got to be able to find that mix inside and outside. But it's the games we struggle with have been games we haven't shot it well, so it's kind of led us to that where we weren't really balanced because we didn't shoot it very well. So that's always an issue. You think about every single game you go in is we need to shoot it well, but we also proved that we can go fight you when we don't shoot it well. We didn't shoot it really well at Nashville. Even in the second half, we scored 33 points. We didn't shoot it well, but we were able to kind of grind you and fight you and get some stuff in transition and get to the rim. And so there's different ways you can do it. But, yeah, the more balance we have, the better we'll be on the offensive end for sure.
Well, good luck. We'll chat in the post.
All right, thank you.
There you hear from Coach Shane Hawkins on our Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. One of the things I was just thinking about listening to the end of his interview there, where we need balanced scoring up and down the lineup. This is the kind of atmosphere, smaller gym, tight crowd on top, where things like that you kind of see everybody kind of gets in the flow, the intensity's there, and see everybody execute at a higher level.
It's almost like a regional game or
Yes.
sectional game.
Yeah.
These two teams, as you said, not very far apart from each other. These kids have hung out with each other. Now, when they get on the court, on the field, on whatever, they don't like each other. But
they want to beat their brains in. That's what you want to do.
That's what it's all about. And I think, with Carterville, we've talked about this before. Carterville has a senior-laden team. This senior group's been through a lot.
Yes.
They know how to win. They know how to come from behind. But I think in this game, Carterville's got to do the little things. They cannot give Herrin second chance opportunities on the glass. You've got to make it one and done for Herrin. And the other thing, too, and Carterville's done a very good job of this year, don't turn the ball over, because that gives them extra opportunities as well.
That's Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie. Our Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. We're going to go on and take another break, and when we come back, we'll get you set for the start of this ball game here at Carterville High School on News Radio WJPF.
People's National Bank has 2 great CD specials for you. A 9-month CD at 2% APY and a 15-month CD at 2.5% APY. Come in today to take advantage of this limited-time offer. Stop by any People's National Bank location and open a 9-month CD at 2% APY or a 15-month CD at 2.5% APY today. People's National Bank, member FDIC. Annual percentage yield accurate as of September 27th, 2022.
Welcome back to our Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show as we're getting you set for Carterville Lion basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Scott Hudson, I think, as we continue talking about this Herrin Tiger team, the fact that we're going to see, it's a possibility we could see the Tigers 2 times within about 7 days or so.
Yeah, Carterville and Herrin obviously in the El Dorado Holiday Tournament. Those two, if both teams win their first 2 games, they would meet up on Wednesday, I think at noon or 1:30. I don't know the time. But, yeah, so that'd be 8 days from today. They could be playing each other again. So this is a game where mentally that could give somebody an edge in that game on Wednesday. Okay, we've beat that team. We know how to play them. We know what works well. We know what doesn't work well. But that's 8 days away. I think both these teams want to win this game for a lot of reasons. Herrin coming in here undefeated. I look at it this way. I would much rather play a Herrin team that is undefeated than having them come off their first loss and then them regroup. That's just the way I look at it. So, as we said, Carterville's got their hands full. They've got to play a very, very good game on both ends of the floor.
Of course, you heard Coach Shane Hawkins talk about in my interview with him moments ago. I think this Lions team is looking forward to this brief Christmas break here where they're going to get about 4 days off.
They've played a lot of basketball in a short period of time. But it's all there's a process to it. Coach Hawkins wanted to play a lot of games against the best teams that he could to get prepared for the postseason. That's what all these games are preparing Carterville for. I thought they had a very good game against O'Fallon, even though they lost. They're 4A school, only lost by 6. But that's a learning experience. And tonight, we'll see how Carterville fares against Herrin on the road.
When you look at the matchup between these 2 teams, the Herrin Tigers, as we mentioned, perfect 8-0 on the season. Carterville Lions, 7-2 overall. The Herrin Tigers, they average 63.25 points per game. They give up just over 38 points per game. The Carterville Lions averaging 55 a game, giving up just over 41 points per game. This is going to be a fun one. Should be a great game. And that's going to wrap up our Rob's Pit Barbecue pregame show. We're going to go on and take our final break. And when we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups and the tip-off between the Carterville Lions and the Herrin Tigers here on News Radio WJPF.
You don't have to be told the price of power is way up, and winter's here. Fire Masters in Carterville has help, a solution.
Good evening once again, and welcome to tonight's varsity game between the visiting Carterville Lions.
Welcome back to Carterville Lion basketball here on your home for Lion sports all season long. News Radio WJPF, as the national anthem has been completed here on this Tuesday night at Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson alongside, Brian R. Powell back at the studio. Don't forget, if you would like to watch a game, can't make it over here, we hope you can. But you can head over to YouTube, just go search Dave McKenzie, it'll take you right to it. Or you can search Carterville Lions at Herrin Tigers, and you'll be able to watch the game and pick up the radio call with Scott and I on YouTube. Carterville, of course, the road team here tonight. Coach Shane Hawkins staying pretty steady. He started the same 5 guys all season long. He's going to go with the 5'7" senior Peyton Biddle, wears number 4. Number 12, the 6'1" senior Blake Berkey. Number 21, the 6' senior Caden Hawkins. Number 30, the 6'2" senior Adam Vanderzil. And number 40, Cade Lustenberger, the 6'5" senior. Biddle, Berkey, Hawkins, Vanderzil, Lustenberger, the starting 5 for Coach Shane Hawkins.
Well, as you said, he's been consistent. Talking about Coach Hawkins with the starting lineup, it's been the same 5. And now they turn out the lights as the Herrin Tigers will be introduced. And by the way, now that the lights are out, Dave, I'm going to say you've never looked better.
I even put makeup on just for you, pal.
Well, as long as you didn't put lipstick on.
Coach Sailor Shirts, he's going to go with the starting lineup of 5'11" senior, number 0, Reese Billingsley. The 5'9" junior, number 13, Xavier Williams. The 5'11" sophomore, number 21, Kyrese Lukens. The 6'5" junior, Jonathan Harrison. And the 6'2" senior, Hayden Mayer. For Coach Taylor Shirts, Billingsley, Williams, Lukens, Harrison, and Mayer.
The only close game Herrin's really had this year was here against Benton when they beat Benton by 1 in a game I think it was like 47-46. I expect this game to be somewhere in the high 40s, mid to high 40s, maybe even low 50s. I don't think this is going to be – I don't believe Herrin will reach their average. I think it's going to be one of those games that Coach Hawkins talked about a couple weeks ago. He said, we're going to have to learn how to win games 48-46. This is one of those games.
Absolutely. I think you're completely correct. And, you know, this you got to say, Carterville's defense only been allowing 41 points a game. And we're talking about games like the O'Fallon that they beat, the Nashville, the Murfreesboro. You know, that's a pretty good defensive allowance for a basketball team.
It is, and Carterville will play mainly man. They will go to zone at times, but it's really going to be interesting to see who guards Lukens right out of the gate. I got a feeling it's probably going to be Berkey because he's a little taller, a little stronger. So that's one of the matchups we'll have to watch tonight. And then who's going to guard Hawkins for Herrin?
Exactly. Of course, Hawkins coming off that 29-point performance on the road at Carbondale on Saturday night. Everybody's ready to go. The Carterville Crazies are on their feet. They're dressed up in their red and green for Christmas. The players are on the floor. They're ready. The officials are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Carterville Lions Sports on News Radio WJPF. And it's going to be the Lions that come away with the tip, and we turn it right over on the turnover by each team. 1-1 within the first 7 seconds of the game.
Well, I didn't expect that.
No.
The game start that way. 2 turnovers literally within seconds of each other.
Carterville moving right to left on your radio dial, the road blue jerseys, and Herrin in their home whites with the orange numbers. It's going to belong to the Lions, to the baseline to our left. It's going to be triggered by Caden Hawkins, gets it to Vanderzil. Up top it goes to Cade Lustenberger. He dribbles with the right hand inside the arc on the right wing. Gets it to Hawkins up top between the circles. Right hand dribble by Hawkins into the paint. Kicks it to the right wing to Berkey. Floating jumper from Berkey off the mark. And the rebound controlled by Jonathan Harrison of the Tigers. They get it down to the front court. Kyrese Lukens. And the ball winds up in the back court. That's going to be an over and back. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Herrin Tigers.
And if Herrin starts out cold, Carterville's got to take advantage of it, much like Carterville didn't do at Nashville up there.
Lions basketball, no score. About 40 seconds into this contest. Vanderzil to Berkey over on the right wing. Dribbles with the left hand. Stays on the right wing, needs some help, gets it to Hawkins. Hawkins up top, yet to dribble, now does. Cross-court pass to Vanderzil down toward the corner. Now back up top to Berkey. Berkey dribbles inside the arc, finds a lane, puts it up with the right hand, partially blocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Carterville Lions.
You know, I like Berkey's aggressiveness over the last 2 or 3 games. He's looked to go to the hole when it's there.
Bounce pass to Vanderzil from Hawkins on the inbounds. It's Cade Lustenberger. Left-hand dribble to the left wing, hands it to Hawkins. His pull-back 3 is good. Carterville gets on the board. The 3-pointer from Caden Hawkins.
Well, there's been nobody hotter for Carterville recently than Mr. Hawkins.
And there may have been nobody hotter in the Southern Illinois than Caden Hawkins of late as well. Tigers with the basketball. as it's going to be Mayer over on the right wing, pulls up the dribble, gets it to Williams. Williams dishes to Harrison. Harrison to the hole. Head fake, puts it up high off the board. Rebound is controlled by the Tigers, and the putback is good from Hayden Mayer.
Mayer's a strong guy. He's added some bulk to his upper body in the offseason.
3-2 our score. Lions the 1-point lead and the ball. It's Vanderzeel up top at the logo. Now gets it to Lustenberger. His step back three is off the mark, and the rebound controlled by Kyrese Lukens. He's across midcourt to the left wing. Mayer has it. Dribbles with the right hand toward the top of the key. Now to Harrison, right wing. Now it is back to Billingsley. And up top it goes to Williams. Has Peyton Biddle on him defensively. Man-to-man D by the Lions. Over toward the left wing. On top of the key, Billingsley. And they working around to the right side. Taking it into paint, and no bucket. A foul is going to be called on the drive from Xavier Williams. And it is going to be on Peyton Biddle. That will be the first on Peyton. First team foul on the Lions.
And Berkey does have the assignment, at least early in the game, of guarding Lukens.
Inbound trigger goes to Harrison. Up top to Williams. Back to Harrison. He's on the left wing, toes on the arc. They bring it around toward the right side. Billingsley now to Mayers. Mayer drives into the paint, pulls up the dribble, turnaround jumper off the iron. No good, but the putback is good from Mayer. He got his own rebound.
And what I say in the pregame, Dave, Carterville's got to keep them off the offensive glass.
4-3, Herrin lead. Peyton Biddle's three is no good. Out of bounds off the Herrin Tigers. Nope, they're going to say off the Carterville Lions. Adam Vanderzeel.
Yeah, Carterville's only hit one of their first four shots in the field. Again, we talked about Biddle. He's got to be a guy that can hit that outside shot.
The one thing about Peyton, he'll keep shooting, though.
Yeah, you might as well.
Shooter's got to shoot. 4:55 remaining. It's a 4-3 Tiger lead. 1-point lead over your Lions. Harrison up top between the circles, left-hand dribble, pull up just inside. The arc is good from Jonathan Harrison.
Yeah, you leave him open, he'll take that shot. He's not afraid to shoot it.
6-3 our score, 4:35. Tigers the lead. Hawkins turns it over, ball's on the floor. Mayer comes away with it. 2 turnovers on the Lions, 2 on the Tigers as well. Quickly into the front court, over to the left corner. That's Harrison between the leg dribble, wants to drive on Lustenberger. Lusty body bumps him, but the turnaround is good from Jonathan Harrison. 4 for Harrison, 4 for Mayer. It is 8-3 Herrin.
That's where you miss a guy like Hinton in the middle.
Absolutely. So Hawkins now to Cade Lustenberger. Cade drives into the paint to the low block, pulls up the dribble. Now he can't do anything. Harrison all over him defensively. He finally finds Vanderzeel. Herrin Tiger fans give their defense a round of applause. Cross court, over to the right side. That's Hawkins. Drives into the paint. Spin move. Oh, off the glass. Nice kiss off the board. 5 for Caden Hawkins. 5 for the Carterville Lions. They trail by 3. 8-5. And a charge is called on the other end by Jonathan Harrison.
Harrison made that one shot, then made his second shot, and now all of a sudden he feels like he's a guard. He did. I did think that was a good call. Let's see if Carterville can take advantage of Herrin's third turnover.
Carterville a chance to tie it with the 3 ball here. 3:35 remaining. It's 8-5. Hawkins' jumper from just above the free throw line is good. He has all of the points for the Lions. And
well,
he picked
they've
up
got the score wrong. They went from 8 to 5 to 10 to.
Yeah, it's
8-7.
8-7 right now.
And I won't
now they have it fixed.
I know the guy who does that. So
Mayer, a 3-pointer from the left wing. 7 in the game for Mayer. And it's 11-7 down low the other way. Hawkins misses the layup. And
I thought Hawkins may have gotten fouled, but they didn't call it.
Ball goes the other way to the Tigers. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the first quarter. Herrin's basketball between the logos. That's Harrison. Brings it right side to Mayer. Mayer left-hand dribble around the screen from Harrison. Now dishes it toward the right corner. That's Williams. Williams drives in, gets an opening, puts it up with the left hand. Rebound battled for. Mayer rips it away. And a foul is going to be called on your Carterville Lions.
Dave Mayer's already got 3 offensive rebounds. That cannot happen.
Adam Vanderzeel picks up the foul. That's the second team foul on the Lions. Herrin has 1 team foul. Long 3, right corner, off, no good. And a rebound, Caden Hawkins for your Lions. Brings it across midcourt himself. Dishes to Lustenberger. Step, pull up 3 is good for Cade Lustenberger. His first points of the game. We have a 1-point ball game, 11-10 Herrin.
Well, if the rest of this game's like the start, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Harrison gets fouled on the baseline dunk. Think it's going to be on Cade Lustenberger. It is.
Well, Lustenberger didn't cut him off on the baseline. That was the first mistake. And then basically, at that point, you just let Harrison go.
Yeah.
You don't get a cheap foul.
Slapped him on the wrist as he went by. And so Jonathan Harrison, the 6'5 junior, chance for the 3-point play. He's got 7 points here. Has the basketball in his hand. Dribbles twice and a third time. Bends the knees. Free throw, no good. Peyton Biddle gets the rebound. 13-10, a 3-point lead for the Tigers. Hawkins slows down the pace just a touch for the Lions. Gets it to Lustenberger. Step back, or a jumper 3 for Hawkins, no good. Rebound to the Tigers the other way. It is Lukens. Drives and gets bumped by Blake Berkey. Carterville's going to have to be careful here. That is the 4th team foul now. Here in the first quarter, Herrin only has 1.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the problems for Herrin, is trying to keep Herrin out of the lane.
They throw the ball into the backcourt. Harrison takes over from there to the free throw line. Gets it to Mayer. Mayer again works around the screen from Harrison. Now reverses back to his left and gets it to Lukens. Lukens feeds Harrison toward the right wing. Minute 40 remaining here in the opening quarter. Lukens has it up top. Now back to Harrison, right wing. He just decides to shoot, puts up the 3 ball, no good. Rebound from Blake Berkey for Carterville. Chance to tie it here with a 3. Hawkins, crossover dribble, finds Biddle. His 3 from the left wing is too strong. Rebound Lukens the other way. Takes it into the front court, takes it to the hole, puts the shot up, gets the bucket and the foul. Caden Hawkins picks up foul number 1. Kyrese Lukens, his first field goal of the game, and a chance for the end point and 1.
Yeah, Carterville just cannot hit their shots from the outside unless your name's Lustenberger or Hawkins. It's just not working right now.
3 for Kyrese Lukens as he completes the 3-point play. Back to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. 16-10, 62 seconds remaining. Ball almost turned over. Berkey can't handle it clean. Finds Lustenberger. He drives into the paint, leans into the defender, and a foul is called. And that's going to be on Xavier Williams. The first foul on Xavier, and Cade Lustenberger, who's averaging 12 points a game, is at the line shooting 2. Last game had 14 against Carbondale. Did he hit that?
Yeah, you made it.
So Adam Vanderzeel checks out. Coming into the game is Drew Barrington. So it's Berkey and Barrington, Biddle, Cade Lustenberger, and Caden Hawkins. Hawk comes to the free throw line. He'll be on the left side of the lane. Berkey parked in the middle on the right side of the lane for the second free throw from Lustenberger. That's short. And the long rebound controlled by Kyrese Lukens. We're under a minute to go here in the first quarter. 16-11. Tigers with the ball and the 5-point lead. Maddox Billingsley's in the game. Crossover dribble by Williams. Dishes to Harrison. Now it's Mayer that takes over. Top of the key. Drives off the low block. Puts a wild shot up. Ball's tipped around. Controlled by Blake Berkey for the Lions. 27 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Herrin will play for the last shot. Carterville. Herrin has gone to a 3-2 zone.
Hawkins holds or just dribbles around top with 16:15 on the clock. They get it to Biddle, now to Lustenberger. 9, 8, 7 on the clock. Lustenberger's going to drive it to the lane, puts it up with the left hand. Can't get it, but he gets his rebound and puts it back in for Cade Lustenberger. Nice job by Cade Lustenberger, and as we end the first quarter, it's 16-13. The Herrin Tigers lead your Carterville Lions. Stay with us. Second quarter action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. As we start playing the second quarter, the Herrin Tigers have a 3-point lead, 16-13.
Both teams had 13 shots from the field. Carterville only made 5 for 38%. 7 made field goals by Herrin for 53%.
Herrin has it to start play here in the second. Across the timeline is Xavier Williams to the right side. Nice feed down low to Harrison from Mayer on the low block. Harrison can't get the shot off. Dishes to the left wing. The three, no good from Kyrie Slukins. The Lions get the rebound. Good ball game so far. I think we've had a 7-point lead by the Tigers. But it's a 3-point lead now. Lions with the ball. Lustenberger in the paint. Fights his way against Harrison. Banks it off the board. Ball slammed to the floor by Harrison. And it's Mayer that comes away with it. Outlet pass down to the right corner. That's Xavier Williams. His three is good for the Herrin Tigers.
I like Carterville's aggressiveness going in the paint, but at some point when you see Harrison there, you got to kick that ball out and try to get an open three.
Back to a 6-point lead. It's 19-13 Herrin. Lions ball, though. Biddle, right wing. Gets it to Lustenberger. He dishes to the corner. Berkey's three is short. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Outlet pass to Williams down low. He feeds Mayer the other way. Billingsley the other way. Maddox gets the bucket, and it's 21-13 Herrin.
Herrin's getting easy baskets. Carterville's having to shoot from the outside, and they're not hitting those shots.
Caden Hawkins over toward the right hash. Far side, back and forth. He has Lukens on him defensively. Now it's Barrington. Now Lustenberger controls between the circles. Right-hand dribble to the right wing. Crossover dribble. Kicks it out to Barrington. Up top to Hawkins. Hawkins can't get the shot off. Head fake from Biddle on the left wing. Dishes to Barrington. Drives the baseline. Spins his way out. A travel call. Nice idea. Just shuffled the feet. Gives the ball back to the Tigers.
Well, as soon as he made that move down the baseline, you had to think, he's going into where he doesn't need to be. And it resulted in a turnover.
I thought he'd get trapped. I thought they were going to trap him right there on the baseline. He spun out, but he shuffled the feet. 4th turnover on the Lions. Herrin with 2 turnovers. 21-13, 6 minutes remaining in the first half. It's Mayer down low on the left block. Kicks it to Harrison. Step back jumper from 15 short. Rebounded by Cade Lustenberger for the Lions. Here comes Hawkins across midcourt. Finds Barrington left wing, pulls up the dribble, now gets it to Berkey toward the corner left. Into the paint, turnaround jumper from Lustenberger, too strong. Rebound, Kyrie Slukins for the Tigers. He takes it himself across midcourt, left side of the circle. Drives inside the arc, backs his man down. That's Peyton Biddle, just throws it up, and a bump foul is going to be called on Carterville's Peyton Biddle. And Peyton is frustrated because he said, I didn't do that.
Well, I think he's also frustrated because he can't get any shots to go on the offensive end, and Carterville has started out this quarter 0 for 3 from the field, and you have to hope that that's not something that's going to continue here in this second quarter.
Kyrie Slukins at the stripe. He's got 3 points. He's been to the line once, made it. He's shooting 2 here. And the first one is good. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling. Full service salon on Division Street in Carterville, open Tuesday through Friday from 8 until 5, Saturdays 8 until 2. Lukens hits both free throws. 5 in the game now for Lukens, and it's a 10-point Herrin Tiger lead. Carterville needs some points in a bad way. This could get away from him very quickly. Lustenberger drives the baseline, finds Berkey. He dishes to the corner to Barrington, now left wing to Biddle. Biddle back to Barrington. Bounce pass to Berkey, around to the right side. They go to Hawkins. He drives to the free throw line, dishes to Barrington. In stride threes, no good. Rebound, Lukens for the Herrin Tigers. Into the front court. Crossover dribble at the free throw line. Floater with the right hand, no good. Lukens winds up back with it, and he kisses the board. 7 in the game. Timeout called by Coach Shane Hawkins. 4:51 remaining here in the first half. It's a 25-13 Herrin Tiger lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Equal housing lender.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. With punctual service, 5-star satisfaction, and the experience that comes from 40 years in the business. Find out more. Visit their website, charliesairandheat.com. 25-13 Herrin Tigers.
Carterville's got to find a way to score. We've seen this before where Carterville just cannot buy a basket.
We saw it this last Friday at Herrin. Nice backdoor feed from Cade Lustenberger to Caden Hawkins. He banks it off the board and he gets fouled. And he comes up a little gimpy as he heads to the free throw line. What an assist from Cade Lustenberger.
Yeah, set play out of the timeout, and Mayer got underneath Hawkins, and he'll go to the free throw line to try to cut this lead to 9.
The foul on Maddox Billingsley. And Caden Hawkins, his free throw is good. Caden already has 10 points in the game, 10 of the 16 from the senior for the Lions. 25-16, 4:30 remaining in the half. Kyrie Slukins launches the 3. Air ball goes out of bounds, controlled by the Herrin student section over on the far baseline.
Yeah. Now Biddle is on Lukens. I'm sure we'll see Hawkins on Lukens at some point.
That's the 3rd turnover on the Herrin Tigers here in the first half. 25-16. Peyton Biddle to Hash, back to Hawkins, back to Biddle, left wing. Back to Hawkins, into the paint, turnaround jumper from Lustenberger, can't get it to go, goes out of bounds. But they're going to say it was off of Drew.
Yeah, Carterville's only 1 of 6 from the field. That's a shot right there that Lustenberger normally makes.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open, no Harrison in front of him. He just couldn't get it to go.
They'll start falling. Much rather it be sooner than later, though. Over on the right wing, Lukens, left-hand dribble. Carterville's playing man-to-man D. Harrison dishes to Williams. Williams up and under in a travel before the shot. Gives the ball back to the Herrin Tigers. That's the 4th turnover on the Tigers.
Anytime you get a chance to take advantage of a Herrin turnover, you got to do it.
Here comes Hawk. Hands the ball to Barrington. Barrington now to Lustenberger. He's way out high. Right-hand dribble up toward the top of the circle. To Barrington, right side. Caden Hawkins 3 from the far wing is no good. Here comes the Tigers the other way. Left-hand layup is good from Maddox Billingsley. 4 in the game for Maddox. 27-16, the 11-point Herrin Tiger lead. Lions ball, though. Biddle left wing. Dribbles with the right hand toward the top. Gets it to Lustenberger. He's going to pull up long 3 barely clips the rim, and the Tigers get the rebound. Lukens, crossover dribble down left wing. Feed down low to Mayer. His shot no good. And Caden Hawkins gets the rebound. 2:50 remaining. 11-point Tiger lead. Lions with the ball, though. Biddle drives the baseline. Got away with the travel. Throws it up top to Hawkins. Hawkins now right wing to Berkey. To Billingsley. Feed in the paint to Lustenberger. He gets fouled. The reach-in foul by Mayer. It's going to be the first on Mayer. That's the 4th team foul now on the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, the fans to our left didn't think that was a foul, but when you can't bring your arms up because somebody's impeding it, that's usually a foul.
Cade makes the first free throw. 7 in the game now. Cade averaging 12 points a game. Peyton Biddle checks out. Maddox Crane comes in for Coach Shane Hawkins. 10-point lead, 27-17, 2:36 on the clock here in the second quarter. Cade makes both of them. He's got 8 now. Hawkins with 10, Lustenberger with 8. Lions trail by 9, 27-18. Maddox Billingsley loses the handle in the backcourt. Carterville tried to trap him. Ball's picked off.
Oh,
timeout called by Sailor Shirt. Saves the Herrin Tigers, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. 2:26 remaining in the half. 27-18 Herrin Tigers over the Lions here on News Radio WJPF. Back in 30. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, IBEW, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. It's 2:26 remaining in the half. Coming up, we'll have our Childers Orthodontics halftime report. 27-18, the Herrin Tigers, the 9-point lead with the ball coming out of the timeout.
Now we have Hawkins against Lukens.
Yep, that's a good matchup right there as Kyrie's dribbles between the circles. Man-to-man D around the screen. They dish it over to Billingsley. Now up top, it's Harrison it controls. Just right of the circle. Into the game for the Herrin Tigers, Taylor Brandon for Coach Sailor Shirts. So it's Lukens. Now right wing to Xavier Williams. Williams crossover dribble toward the right wing. Pulls up gets it to Billingsley. Screen, now Harrison. Herrin just running the offense, staying out close to the arc. Billingsley, right wing, looks inside, can't get anything, finds an opening. Lustenberger steps in, defends, but Billingsley banks it off the glass. 6 in the game now for Maddox Billingsley.
Carterville did a good job defensively for about a minute and a half and then had the one breakdown.
Reminds me of the Nashville Hornet offense. Hawkins has it. Now to Maddox Crane on the right wing. Back to Hawkins. Skip past to Berkey. Controls it. Finds Lustenberger. He gets a little opening but cut off quickly. Defensively, a reach-in foul is going to be called on Taylor Brandon, I do believe. It is on Brandon. 6th team foul now. Berkey's 3 is off the mark, and Maddox Crane comes charging in, and he's going to pick up a foul.
Dave, Carterville's 1 of 9 from the field in the second quarter.
It's crazy. It was 16-13. 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. And at the line, Kyrie Lukens is shooting the 1-and-1. And it's good.
They are 4 of 5 from the line. Carterville is also 4 of 5 from the line. That's not the difference in the game.
No. Second from number 21, off the mark. Lustenberger the rebound. 12-point lead for the Tigers. For the Tigers. Carterville has the ball. Skip pass to Berkey on the left wing, dribbles and finds Barrington. Down low, Lustenberger spins, puts it up off the board and good. That breaks the scoring drought for the Lions. He's got 10 now, and it's back to a 10-point Herrin Tiger lead. Jumper from 15 is good from Maddox Billingsley. He's come in the game. He's got 8 points already.
Yeah, their bench has done better than Carterville's bench to this point.
Back to the 12-point lead, 22 seconds remaining in the half. Childers Orthodontics halftime report coming up. Lions with the ball. Will they hold for the final shot? Hawkins has it left wing. One dribble, 2, 3 up top now. Back to Barrington, into Lustenberger. It is a pull up 3 from Hawkins, no good. Out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Carterville Lions. 5.3 seconds remaining here in the half.
Carterville has gotten such good looks in this game. I didn't think they'd get this many good looks in the first half, honestly. They just cannot score.
I got to tell you, I think this time, I really think this Lions team is tired. They played 6 games in 12 days. Maybe the leg's going away a little bit. And Berkey turns it over, gives it back to the Tigers, and they got plenty of time to score here, 2.8 seconds. So Biddle's going to come out, and it is going to be Drew Barrington that replaces Biddle. Taylor Brandon will trigger from the far baseline. Gets it to Lukens. Now to Taylor, just launches it off the mark, and that ends the first half of basketball. 32-20, the 12-point lead for the Herrin Tigers over the cross-county rival, your Carterville Lions. Stay with us. The Childers Orthodontics halftime report is coming up next on News Radio, WJPF.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 701.
Let's go 222.
Get up with Southern Illinois linemen.
For your halftime enjoyment, please welcome the Herrin Tigers.
To answer your question, no.
Huh?
To answer your question, no. Welcome back to Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson with you. We're at the half. It is our Childers Orthodontics halftime report. The Herrin Tigers lead your Carterville Lions 32-20. And just as we were going to break, I just opened up Facebook for just a moment and see that Carterville, former Carterville Lion, and Georgia Bulldog, Arkansas Razorback, Illinois Fighting Illini, Luke Ford has said that he is going to declare for the NFL draft. In a statement on Twitter, he states, "I'd like to thank Illini Nation, my coaches, my teammates, and most of all, my family. It is now time for me to transition into the next chapter of my life, and I'm officially declaring for the NFL. And kind of a foregone conclusion for me. I always knew he was going to had sights set on the NFL, but congratulations to Luke. It's been a long college career. It seems like it's been 10 years since he played at Carterville, but be looking for Luke Ford to be playing in the next level at the NFL.
Yeah, there's 7 rounds in the draft, so you would think somebody, even though his production hasn't been that good this year, that somebody will look at his size, look at that the fact that he's got good strength and good hands, and somebody will take a chance on him at some point. But we wish him nothing but the best. I mean, super nice kid. Wish him the best.
I'd like to see him wind up with my Chicago Bears. I know that.
I said I wish him the best, Dave. I wish him the best.
Man, see how you got to be. Let's talk about this first half of basketball. 32-12. It was Herrin 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. Here we are at halftime. Carterville, 20 points, cold shooting. But again, we said the exact same thing at Herrin. They're only 12 points down. Or excuse me, we said the same exact thing at Nashville. They're only 12 points down.
Well, Carterville only shot 29% in that first half, 52% for Herrin. Herrin had a lot of shots in the paint. That's where Carterville is going to have and we knew that was going to be an issue coming into this game. Carterville just does not have the size or strength on the inside that Herrin has. Both teams 4 or 5 from the free throw line for Carterville, 4 or 6 for Herrin. Herrin out-rebounded Carterville 15-9. Lustenberger and Berkey both had 3 to lead Carterville. Lukens had 7 to lead Herrin. Both teams with 4 turnovers. Very simple. Carterville only had 2 field goals in that second quarter. You got to shoot the ball better than that. The thing that I'm happy about, if there's anything to be happy about, Carterville is getting open looks. They're getting the shots they want. They're just not going in. One thing they're going to have to do, though, Dave, is they're going to have to solve this 3-2 Herrin zone, because they've got Harrison, the big kid, at the point on the zone, and it's really giving Carterville fits of moving the ball around the perimeter quickly.
When you look at the scoring, starting with the Herrin Tigers, they're led by a couple of players. Maddox Billingsley comes in off the bench. He's got 8 first-half points. Kyrese Lukens with 8 points. Jonathan Harrison with 6. Xavier Williams with 3. And Hayden Mayer with 7 points. 32 first-half points scored by the Herrin Tigers. Lions have 2 in double digits, and they've got all the scoring. It's Cade Lustenberger and Caden Hawkins with 10 each. 32-20 is our score here. At the half, it's our Children's Orthodontics halftime report. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
West Frankfort. Troy Hall of West Frankfort's the winner of the 50-50 raffle tonight. Congratulations.
Welcome back to Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. Scotty with some scores here on our halftime report.
A few of the scores rolling in at half. Cesar-Valera leads Weber 22-14. Sparta leads Chester 38-16. And Redbud leads Carlisle 17-13. That's the only scores we have at this moment.
32-20 is our score here at Herrin as the Carterville Lions trail by a dozen heading to the third quarter. That's going to wrap up our Children's Orthodontics halftime report. Stay with us. Second half action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
Start the second half of Lions basketball.
Back at Herrin High School as we start play here in the third quarter. 32-20 our score. Carterville Lions have the ball to start play in the second half.
Carterville can't get this lead back in a couple of shots. Need to really try to get this lead, Herrin lead down about 6 after 3 and give yourself a chance.
They have the ball moving left to right on your radio dial. Cade Lustenberger, that's a good start here in the second half as he hits the three-pointer. He's got 13, and now it's 32-23 Herrin.
That is a good start, and we saw Lustenberger do that against Carbondale the other night.
Tigers moving right to left on the radio dial. Harrison now to Reese Billingsley. The feed down low, the flush by Jonathan Harrison. He's got 8. And it's back to 34-23.
Somebody got lost.
Yes, they did. Their GPS broke down. Berkey to Lustenberger between the circles. Feeds Vanderzil now to Hawkins. Baseline drive by Hawkins. Dishes up top to Lusty. Makes a nice move. Dishes to Peyton Middle. His 3, little too strong. Rebound almost pulled down by Vanderzil, but the Tigers come away with it. Here comes Xavier Williams toward the left wing. Now to Mayer, top of the key to Harrison. And it is going to be Kyrese Lukens that dribbles around to the near side right in front of the Herrin bench. Now up top between the circles. 3 from there is good, and a foul is going to be called either on Vanderzil or Biddle. Lukens buries the 3, and it's going to be on Adam Vanderzil.
Yeah, Vanderzil didn't get it around the screen. When he did, it was too late, and instead of going straight up, went straight into Lukens.
Lukens with 11 after that shot has the chance at the 4-point play. The 5'11 sophomore, his free throw is good.
So that three by Lustenberger that started this third evaporated very quickly.
Carterville has it. Hawkins toward the right hash. Back toward the top of the key. Ball is stolen by Herrin. Then the Lions get it back the other way, and Vandersel. Berkey gets the bucket. His first points of the game. 38-25. 13-point lead. Merrifield feeds Harrison, and now it's going to be Reese Billingsley to Kyrese Lukens. They go to the right side, over toward the wing. That's Billingsley. Back to Lukens. Now to Jonathan Harrison. Patience shown by this Herrin Tiger team. They've done that a couple times on the offensive end. Just waiting on the breakdown for the defense, and that's similar to what you see out of Nashville. The long three taken by Mayer, no good, and Hawkins gets the rebound for Carterville. To Lustenberger. They found an open middle on the left side. He just is cold as ice. Can't get anything to fall. Tigers the rebound, and a travel called on Xavier Williams gives it back to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Peyton has got to be one frustrated muchacho right now. He just cannot find a way to get the ball in the hoop.
Hawkins' three is good. That breaks the drought there. 13 in the game for Caden Hawkins. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Lions still not.
You can shoot one from the inside the top of the key and it go in off the
10 for Harrison. Berkey's three in and out, no good. Put back though for Berkey. Good quick feet there, but it's going to stay with the Herrin Tigers.
Good job by Lustenberger to clean up the offensive board on the miss by Berkey. Again, Dave, I know we sound like a broken record. Open shots for Carterville, they just can't get them to go in.
But you got to keep shooting.
Yeah, you got to keep shooting, especially when you're down by 10.
Because we saw it at Nashville. A couple of little breakaway. You know, it starts really on the defensive end for the Lions as Lukens hits from just off the free throw line. 14 now for Lukens.
Well, you can't leave him open like that.
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 12-point Tiger lead. Vanderzil drives the baseline, kicks it to the corner. Lustenberger thought about the three. Dribbles in, leans in, banks it off the board, no good. Tip putback is good.
By Hawkins.
By Hawk. 15 now for Little Hawk. Lukens. Between the circles, now left wing, Xavier Williams. Williams hits for the field goal. 5 in the game for Xavier. 44-32, long three from Hawkins is good the other way. Timeout after the three. 18 in the game for Caden Hawkins. It's 44-35. Herrin Tigers have the lead. We'll be back in 30 here on News Radio WJPF. Back in Herrin, it was 16-13 Tigers at the end of one. At the half, they had a 12-point lead, 32-20. With 3:13 remaining, Tigers lead at 44-35 with the basketball. Lukens, now to Mayer. To Billingsley, now to Harrison, and now Xavier Williams. His three is short. It's on the floor. It's tied up. Reach in, jump ball. And the possession arrow keeps it with the Tigers.
That's where you have to fight for that ball. The possession arrow stays with Herrin. You got to come up with those missed shots because Herrin's only missed 2 in this third quarter.
Williams to Harrison. Now Lukens backs it up. They'll set the offense here. They work to the right side. Williams has it on the right wing. Feeds it to Harrison, top of the key. Now to Billingsley. That's Reese Billingsley up top. To Mayer. 2:35. Williams looking for an opening. Finds Billingsley. Now to Lukens. Lukens on the left wing. Wants the screen from Mayer. Gets it. Dribbles around across the free throw line. Back to Mayer. Head fake. Jab step. Now to Harrison. And now to Xavier Williams. Williams left-hand dribble to Billingsley. Head fake. Good defense by Lions. Good patience by Tigers. Oh my. 44-35, 2:05 on the clock here in the third quarter. Great crowd, great atmosphere here at Herrin High School, and the Tigers turn it over third here in the second half. The other way, the Lions turn it right back over.
Not a good pass by Hawkins.
Lukens off the board and good.
Those are the things you can't do. You just were very patient on defense. You got the ball back, and then you immediately turn it over.
90 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Caden Hawkins looks toward his dad, head coach Shane Hawkins. Hawk sets the offense. Herrin Tiger fans into it. Student section well represented. Carterville's student section represented. Lustenberger misses the layup. He winds up with it, puts it back, can't get it to go. Tip, put back, no good. Rebound, Vanderzil kicks it out to Berkey. Head fake, Berkey has the ball stripped, turns it over. Here come the Tigers the other way. Lukens loses control, regains, reach-in foul called on Carterville's Blake Berkey.
I don't know. Sometimes it's almost like at times for Carterville that rim. You know when you go to like the DuQuoin State Fair and they've got those little hoop shoots,
yeah,
where the baskets are about as big as a solo cup, and you go up there, you're trying to win your girlfriend this big prize, and you spend $50. You don't win, you feel like crap. She thinks you're a loser. That's kind of like what Carterville feels like right now.
You got a barbecue stain on your white T-shirt.
That's kind of the way I look at it. Try to put a regular basketball
T-shirt. 45. Sorry about the singing during the basketball game. 45 seconds.
That's all right.
You should have known it was coming. 46-35. Tigers have the ball. It's Harrison. Now to Lukens. Looks like they may try and hold for the final shot or wait for a defensive breakdown, whichever comes first. Lukens toward the right wing. Dribbles with the left hand. Lions are matched up man-to-man. They've done a good job defensively. Down low to Harrison, but he gets in and gets the flush. That little breakdown right there is all it took. Harrison with a dozen in the contest. 48-35, 13-point lead. This may be the biggest lead of the game. Long range shot from middle at the buzzer, no good, and that ends the third quarter. 48-35, the 13-point lead by the Herrin Tigers over your Carterville Lions as we head to the fourth quarter here on News Radio WJPL.
Hi.
If the Carterville Lions are to get back into this, they need to turn things around here in the fourth quarter. It's 48-35 as we start playing the fourth quarter.
Well, the good news is Carterville had their best shooting quarter of the game, 46%. The bad news is Herrin had their best at 77%.
Lions have it to start play here in the fourth. Biddle finds a lane, gets the shot off on the layup, and he's fouled. And so Peyton Biddle, who's been held scoreless, Mayer picks up his second foul. Nope. Yeah. Peyton Biddle's at the line shooting 2. Makes the first.
No, he missed it.
Oh, sorry. Peyton averaging 12.3 a game. He does get the second one to go. Vanderzil checks out. Barrington checks in for Shane Hawkins. 12-point lead. Tigers ball. They bring it into the front court. That's Lukens on the left wing. Crossover dribble, gets an opening. Right-hand layup is good from Kyrese Lukens. 18 in the game for Lukens.
Well, he's the one guy that Carterville cannot afford to go off on them.
And he's the one guy they haven't been able to stop tonight. He's got 18. Only one other player has double digits, and that's Harrison. Or that's Hawkins. Harrison has a dozen. 50-38, 12-point lead. Tigers bring it near side, right in front of the Tiger bench, and Saylor search. Saylor. Lukens can't get the bucket to fall. Lions the other way quickly. Hawkins 3, top of the key, good. 23 now for Caden.
I'm glad Caden made the bus.
Now it's a 9-point lead. The Carterville fans say, come on, boys. Gets a stop. Lukens gets the screen. Dribbles around, dishes to the corner. 3 from Billingsley's no good. Mayer the rebound. Out to the left wing. Billingsley number 2. That's Maddox. Misses the 3. And it's Harrison with the ball and the rebound. So both Billingsley boys on the floor. Maddox has it, and a foul on Peyton Biddle.
And then you give up not 1 but 2 offensive rebounds. You cannot do that.
You can't do that.
Easy for us to say. We're up here sitting where it's nice and cozy.
6 minutes remaining. Maddox. Other way, Mayer. Reach in foul on Drew Brett.
The JV game, but came back to play in that game. So good to see that he's not on the IL.
52-41. 4:21. Cade Lustenberger's 3 is good from the right wing. 18 for. So now dishes to the corner. Barrington to the block. Skip pass to the left.
A lot of.
Maddox Crane gets the rebound. So on the floor, it's Hawkins, Lustenberger, Maddox Crane, Berkey, and Biddle, all 3-point specialists. But the missed shot from Hawkins inside the arc, no good. And the rebound to the Tigers. What is that, his 4th duck tonight? Carterville Lions. So Maddox Crane, throw is good. 10 in the game now. Biddle right there, can't get the shot off, finds Vanderzil. Head fake, his shot blocked. We need points, we need a stop.
Well, they got to get the ball out of Luken's hands before they can foul. They don't want to foul him.
Nope, and they don't. But another hard-played game by the senior.
Other than O'Fallon, this was probably the biggest team he'll be. You can only do so much, but you know he's asked to do 2 things: play defense and rebound. Not asked to score points necessarily. Yep. And this just was not going to be his night. Actually, this was not going to be Carterville's night.
Tiger fans starting to make their way toward the exits with 1:45, and he's still remaining. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. 60-50. bonus. So they'll be shooting 2 every time they go to the line. Minute 25, jumper from the top of the key. Bill here from Herrin on News Radio WJPF. Oh.
Compassionate.
Okay. The Lions are going to take a few days off for the Christmas break. They'll be back in action coming up Monday. The 58th annual El Dorado Holiday Tournament kicks off. Lions will play at 11:30 when they take on unseeded North City, Omaha.
Infield.
I'll have the call for you coming up about 11:15 or so. Probably be more about 11, but just keep it here on News Radio WJPF. We'll get you taken care of. A turnover on Xavier Williams gives it back to the Lions. 9-point lead. There's still time in this game. Lustenberger, head fake, top of the key, right-hand floater's good. 24 now for Cade Lustenberger. Anywhere.
Well, they're doing a good job, Carterville is, of not letting Lukens get in the inbound.
Full court pressure on the Tigers. Lustenberger, top of the key. Gets it to Biddle. Biddle, crossover dribble into the paint. And a foul is called on the floor. 14 foul. Turnaround jumper from Lusty. It's no good. Tigers was called. Trying to shoot 2 more for Lukens. Lions. Lukens is going back to the line again.
Well, Dave, the thing I liked about Carterville tonight, I should say the second half, they didn't give up. They fought back. They cut it down to, what, 7, 8?
Yes, 7.
And had some opportunities, but just didn't have enough left in the tank. So
it's no good. Rebound Tigers. And that'll be the ball game. By the Herrin.
For the Lions, if
64-44 the final score here from Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. Have you got any score updates? Anything?
No score updates. There weren't a lot of games tonight, but the score stream I went to, there was just not many scores that they were given. I'll run down the ones I had earlier. Obviously, these games are either over or late in the game. Halftime, Cecil Verlier was leading Weber 22-14. Sparta all over Chester 38-16. And Redbud early in the game led Carlisle 17-13. Now, you do have to go across the street.
That's all right.
That's the only time I usually sprint in my life, is I sprint from the gym to the hospitality room. But it's been a year.
Ready for a little break myself. I think.
You said, and I think Carterville will if they end up having to play these guys again on Wednesday.